morning, it is another travel day. Today I am doing the entire journey back to Bohol. That means 5 hours on the ferry, which I am so not looking forward to because, well, I think the food poisoning is past. My stomach definitely doesn't feel great. On top of that, seasickness, so I think this could make for an interesting ferry ride. Then I'm hoping I can find out how to take the bus back to the town of, I think it's called Camiguin. It should take about 2.5 hours to the bus station, and from there I think I'm just gonna have to take a tricycle. There is a ferry at 8 p.m. going to Siquijor, which will be my next destination. But I was debating whether or not I wanted to try and get it because I think I will get into town at 6, maybe 7. I could technically still make the ferry if there's like still tickets available. But the question is, do I want to? And I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe not. If I don't feel great, maybe I just shouldn't push it because that will get me to Siquijor at 11. And then from there I have to get to my accommodation, which I think will be another at least half hour. I don't think I should do it. So I've decided to book myself an accommodation right near the port so that tomorrow morning I can just walk to the port. And today I'm just gonna find out when the ferries go. I think the first one is at 8:20, so I might try and get that one. But I think between 8 and like 1 p.m. there's 4 different ones going. So I think I have options, but I'm gonna do my research today. So I have packed up almost all of my stuff. Here's the deal though, I have no breakfast, pretty much no more snacks. Everything was closed yesterday, like supermarkets and stuff. So I'm hoping, I know you can buy something on board, but I think that's just a pack of crisps and a bottle of water, or like instant noodles, which I'm not gonna do today. So I'm hoping maybe I can buy something at the ferry port, but I am going to pack the rest of my stuff and then drive to the ferry port with the scooter, and then hopefully the guy is going to meet me there with my change because he still owes me money. And then I'm gonna just hand him off the scooter and then I'm gonna buy a ticket because people have been telling me that I can just buy a ticket once I'm there, so I'm gonna trust them. And then we're gonna get on the ferry, so let's go back to Bohol. So I just handed in my scooter, I got my change back just fine, and then I am now walking to the pier. I bought my ticket, I bought a student ticket again for 612, which is great that you can get like almost 3 euros off. I know it's not much, but every euro counts. So now we do the 5-hour journey back. I'm gonna stock up on some motion sickness pills, although they don't really work for me with seasickness, I've noticed. Like with everything else I can manage, but I hope there's beds and I can maybe lay down. So there's a small sitting area outside, right here. The rest of it is all beds pretty much. And you can sit out front, which is what I did on the way here at first. But the waves are pretty high. I don't know if you can see me, the light here is horrible, made it to my hostel. I don't know if you can tell, but there's karaoke going on, and it's been going on for a while now, so I'm hoping it stops tonight. But I've decided to spend the night here. I could have taken the ferry, the 8 p.m. ferry that goes, it runs 3 times a week. So if you're lucky, you can go straight from Camiguin to Bohol to Siquijor. But because I still don't feel great, I think the best option for me is just to spend the night here. So I booked myself an accommodation right near the pier. It's like a 10-15 minute walk. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna walk there. Now I got a tricycle to the ferry port because I had to buy my ticket for tomorrow morning, and then I just walked here and I'm gonna walk back tomorrow, so that's not gonna cost me anything. Now this video is not gonna be interesting, so what I am going to do is I'm gonna add this one to the one for tomorrow. That way it's gonna be one big journey from Camiguin all the way to Siquijor, and tomorrow my ferry leaves at 10, gets in at around 12:30 ish. And then I need to get a tricycle to San Juan area, which is where I'll be staying. I haven't booked anything yet, but that's where like everything's happening. Although I think you can pretty much stay anywhere. Like I think it's a little bit bigger than Camiguin, but I'm fairly certain you can still ride around the island in a day. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I was talking about. I'm too tired, but I'm gonna just chill for a bit, get an early night's sleep if I can. I guess we'll pick this up tomorrow morning. Good morning. Let's continue where we left off yesterday. I'm gonna pack up my stuff, check out, walk to the harbor, and then take the ferry to Siquijor. It leaves at 10. It's now I think about 8:30. Boarding starts at 9:30. I still have to check out, pack the rest of my stuff and walk there. So let's get going. Welcome to Siquijor. I was greeted with rain, but luckily it's dry right now. I'm gonna try to find a tuk-tuk to get me to the San Juan area, and from there we continue. So I've made it to the island of Siquijor. I've checked into my hostel. I'm staying at JJ Backpackers. Now the thing is, I booked this, barely read the reviews. I just looked at the rating and the amount of reviews, and then I looked at the reviews, especially on Google Maps, and they're not good. They are absolutely not good. Like the way the owner replies is just not okay in my opinion. Now I already made sure to only book 2 nights here, so I'm gonna do tonight. We'll see how it goes, but so far there's no toilet paper in the toilet. I just met a girl who got a massive rash from the shower room. There's pretty much no social vibe here. There's 2 guys, like older men, in my room, which does not make me feel great, to be honest. And there are things in the bathroom that I am not gonna tell you about, but let's just say it's not the type of thing that I want to see in a bathroom. It's not the vibe. I mean, it's great that it's right by the beach, but I think I'm just gonna do one night. I'm gonna look it up. There's pretty much there's Wi-Fi at the front, but there's no data service here, which is fine because I think that's pretty much everywhere on the island. When I checked in, the woman barely said anything. She tried to find the key for like 20 minutes, so I was just standing there and I'm like, what's going on? Just tell me. And I don't want to sound high maintenance at all, because I mean, I'm in a hostel in another country, in the Philippines, like it's fine. I arrived in Lorena port and a tricycle to San Juan area was 600. So I told the driver, I bluffed, I told him like, oh, inside they said it would be 350 because somebody had told me that it should be 300. So I was like, okay, he's saying 600, so I'll go 350. He's like, no, not at all, not at all. So I was like, okay. And then another guy came up to me, he's like, oh, you can rent a scooter for 350 a day, which so far pretty much everywhere it's been between about 300 and 500 pesos for one day, like 24 hours. So I was like, okay, 350 is fine. So I rented a scooter and I figured I would drive here on my own. So that's what I did. So that saves me 600 to get here and then 600 back, because I'm fairly certain that I'm gonna take the ferry at the same port. And I can just text them and let them know if I want. Right now I've got it for 3 days, but I could just tell him if I want it for longer. And I can drop it off at this pier that like Lorena pier, or like the port in Lorena, or at, he said there was another one, I don't know if that's true or not, but I can also just let him know where I'm gonna drop it off and they will be there to pick it up, which is perfect. So convenient. It did start pouring down rain during my drive here, so there is no footage of the drive. I think what I'm gonna do now is do some research on places to eat, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Like I said, do some research and stuff. Food, which if I go for food I will put on the screen right now what I had, and then that's it for today and yesterday, because yesterday is also in this video. I will see you tomorrow.